Hi everyone. If you're like me, you want to have the delicious taste of your own homegrown vegetables just as long as you can. But here in Southern California, our summer garden of warm weather vegetables is winding down as we're into fall and as winter approaches. But today I'm going to show you Southern gardeners especially how to have a super easy winter container garden that's easy to maintain, doesn't take up a lot of space, can fit right on a deck or a patio, and the best part is there's no construction required. This is it, a 3-container vegetable garden system. We're sticking to the basics for the winter time, and the beauty of this is you can grow it right on your deck or patio with easy access to your kitchen and just pop outside and harvest your vegetables. So we're growing our winter container garden in smart pots. And the beauty of smart pots is there's no construction required. You just unfold it, fill with soil, add plants, and you have an instant garden. They only take up, the 15 gallons only take up about 18 inches in diameter, so you can literally grow your entire winter garden in just a few feet of space. The key to your winter container garden for you Southern gardeners is because there's less hours of sunlight in the wintertime, is plant it in the sunniest spot that you got because it needs at least 6 hours of sunlight. And the second key is make sure that you plant vegetables that are more compact, grow well in containers, but yet are still highly productive. So let me show you what I'm growing in these containers here. The first vegetable we're growing here in our winter container garden are tomatoes. Now I know what you're thinking. Tomatoes are a warm weather vegetable. You can't grow them in the winter. Well, in frost-free climates, you can. They might not be quite as productive, but as long as you choose the right varieties, and that's really key, you can still grow some tomatoes in the wintertime. So you want to choose a determinate, a dwarf, or a miniature variety of tomato that you can harvest quicker. One thing that's going to help you get your winter container garden going a whole lot faster is if you just grab a transplant from the garden center. I know a lot of you like to start from seed, but at this point in the growing season, a transplant's really the best way to go. So this here is a determinate variety. It's called a Selects tomato. The cool thing about this tomato is it's really good at setting fruit in colder temperatures. So for Southern gardeners with warm winter climates, this particular variety is perfect. So I've got it here in my 15-gallon smart pot, which I just filled with potting soil from the garden center, moistened it, popped the container in. I've got my drip irrigation wound here around my smart pot. And the great thing about the smart pots is because the fabric is porous, the roots have plenty of room to breathe and they air prune, so they're not going to get circled around like they do in like a plastic container. And the porous fabric helps keep the tomato cooler when you have those random hot days and actually keeps them warmer in colder temperatures. So really an ideal way to plant your tomatoes. A couple of other great tomato varieties to plant in warm winter climates are Tiny Tim. It's a small dwarf tomato, gets to about 2 feet tall. Here I have it growing in a 1-gallon smart pot, but you would want to transplant it into a 5-gallon smart pot eventually. Now this one here is the Micro Tom, and this is actually from our October Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box. You could even fit a couple of Micro Toms and a couple of Tiny Tims in your 15-gallon smart pot. And by the way, aren't these smart pots amazing? Smart Pots made them especially for our October Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box to honor breast cancer awareness. And when you grab that box for October, $1 is donated towards breast cancer research. Container number 1, we've got our tomatoes. Container number 2 is salad greens. Salad greens are an excellent choice for container garden, especially in warm winter climates, because it's really hard to grow salad greens in the summertime here in Southern California. So I love the wintertime because it just adds tons of variety to my salads. So here in my 15-gallon smart pot, I've got a good variety of greens, and you can just, the sky's the limit with the greens. So kind of figure out what you like to eat. We love kale in our smoothie, so I planted some of the KX kale. This is from my specialty greens collection. And we also love our garden fresh salads, but I love them nice and colorful. Here I've got a couple different lettuce mixes from my lettuce seed collection, along with some pak choi, which is great sauteed in scrambled eggs and a great colorful addition to a salad. And then of course, the zippiness of the mustard greens. So plant the variety of salad greens that your family enjoys and likes to eat, and you'll love the convenience of having them right outside your kitchen door. Now, the beauty of growing salad greens is that they're a cut and come again crop. And what that means is when they're ready to harvest, you just pinch off the outer leaves like so. You don't take the whole plant out, and then new growth will appear in about a week or so, so you can continue harvesting this crop over a long period of time. So here I've got my 15-gallon again, filled with pre-moistened potting mix, and just pop the salad greens in here. And again, the drip irrigation hoses makes watering a breeze. You've got a couple different options when it comes to planting your salad greens. You can either direct seed or plant seeds right in your Smart Pot, or you can start seeds indoors like I have here and then transplant them into your container when they're about 3 to 4 inches tall. So either way, they're super easy to grow. They really thrive in temperatures under 75 degrees. So they'll really work well in southern winter gardens. Now, one of the things I love about these 15-gallon Smart Pots is that they have handles. So if you do have an unusually warm day, like we frequently do here in Southern California in the wintertime, it hits 80 or 85, you can drag your Smart Pot into the shade to protect your greens from the heat. Or you can move them into the sun to give them a little bit more sunshine to grow nice and big. Container number 3 for my winter garden here in Southern California are herbs. You have to have the herbs because they really top off your salads, just add a lot of flavor to your food. You're gonna absolutely love growing herbs in your container garden. So we've got a nice little variety of herbs in here. I like to grow either perennial herbs or cool weather herbs in the wintertime. Here I've got a really nice variety of a beautiful sage plant here, and I love the variegated color of these sage leaves. I just think it's so, so pretty. And my center little thriller here in this pot is called catnip. Now I love planting catnip because not only does it make beautiful herbal teas, but I let it bloom to give the bees a little bit of food in the wintertime. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. Really fills out the container nicely. And of course the leaves are edible. And then I've got some rosemary here in the back. This is a perennial herb. Sage is also a perennial herb. And then around the other side, I have another perennial herb, and by the way, perennials are herbs that will come back year after year, especially in warm winter climate, warm zones. Here I've got some oregano, and it's really fun just to pop outside here, harvest my herbs, and throw them in my delicious recipes. Now, other cool weather herbs you can grow are cilantro, parsley, dill. I don't like to grow basil in the wintertime because it's too cold sensitive. So just pick the herbs that you enjoy, that your family loves, and plant those in your container garden. And by the way, these Smart Pots, 15 gallons, do come in a 3-pack over at Costco.com. They're a very reasonable price and a great way to get your container winter garden planted. If you're a southern gardener, let me know if you're going to be growing your winter container vegetable garden along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun to grow our containers together during the winter time. Head over to CaliKimGardenandHome.com. The October Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box just dropped with the theme Indoor Garden with many veggies and herbs. It's a special month this month because we're honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the month of October. Smart Pots created a very special breast cancer awareness 1-gallon fabric container just for our box, which you get free with your purchase, and $1 from each box will be donated towards breast cancer research. Get $5 off your box with the code MINIVEGGIES, and we are making special gifted boxes available for this month that don't require a subscription so that you can honor someone in your life who's impacted by breast cancer. It's a really special box this month, and I hope you go over and take a look at it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.